IT in the Dark, Episode 4. I'd like to combine the previous two ideas into one, and I hope that you as a human will find it applicable. Episode 2 is about progress in small steps. You don't move a mountain without going pebble by pebble. Maybe eventually stone by stone, but the point is big things are made up of small steps. The size of those small steps, that's up to you. Don't worry about it. Episode 3, I called it personal accelerationism. It required an explanation of Ted Kaczynski and his manifesto. Again, I'm not condoning those ideas. I just think they're useful as an analogy for personal life. That is, the ideas in a society can be applied to a personal person. I'll cover that idea more in the future because I think there's a lot of applications for it. This episode is a synthesis of both of those together. How to make an action plan using both of those ideas. And what you are listening to, what you're watching, I suppose, is a manifestation of those things. So I know that a lot of people have trouble making goals in their life, or rather have trouble, using those goals, because some people can make goals and some people make plans and then they still don't do them. But for some people, just simply making the plan is the first step. But I digress. Step 1, progress is made in small steps. We can all agree with this. If you've ever walked a mile, step, you don't just teleport a mile. You could run, I guess, and then you'd be taking bigger steps. But either way, this journey of a mile will be comprised of small steps. Fine. Accelerationism, used personally, you can try to hypnotize yourself into believing that whatever it is that needs to be done. Like, it is inevitable. It has to happen. Another good example, I suppose, would be if you are in school. Maybe even high school, but college for sure. We've all been there on Sunday night when there's something due Monday. I think we've all been there. I don't know. Maybe college is easier for other people, but I only recently got out of college, and that still burns this idea of something that needs to happen. Well, how about we pair these two ideas and end up at what I consider to be a pretty much one-size-fits-all solution for almost anything in life. Step 1, isolate the thing you need to do and find the minimum possible step in the right direction. Now, I wouldn't say taking out your pencil to write something on paper counts as the smallest step. Like, you have to like progress. Like, if you're writing a paper, write a sentence or a paragraph. I would say a word is too small, but again, it's up to you. What you need to do is get started. You'll find momentum likely in that case. So now that you know what the right step is, start convincing yourself that it has to happen. If there's a due date, that makes it even easier. I know it's very easy to get anxious here, and I'm not saying this is a solution to anxiety, but I'm willing to bet it would help. So there you have it. I've listed that example. The other example is, of course, what I'm doing right now. To be clear, my only intent is to help people. I can't imagine monetizing these videos, maybe someday, but these videos are simply just ideas. I want to help people, and that's that. I'll make a proper video about the actual motivation there because I think that's relevant. But what am I doing right now? Producing content. So what was my goal? Sharing ideas. What was the minimum possible thing I could do? Talk into a mic while thinking about these ideas and letting it all tumble out. So you'll notice that these sound pretty improvised. I don't intend to re-record them. I might cut out the breathing and the mistakes so that it's less than 5 minutes, but that's what we're looking at. And so, on the cusp of New Year's, it's still currently December 31st, 2021. I told myself, it has to happen. New Year's being relevant because people think, oh, well, there's a resolution. Okay, fine. Well, my resolution for 2022, I'm sorry I'm saying that like an idiot. I think it's funny. My goal is to be producing content with regularity. Well, here I am making very short episodes, nothing longer than 5 minutes. Consistently, here we go. So, progress in small steps. I got my idea. I found a way to do it with the minimum effort possible. I had to own a mic. So if you want to be like me, buy a mic. You need money for that. There's more to it, of course. But I had the mic. I had the ideas. Here we go. Personal accelerationism. I've been hemming and hawing about producing content for a long time, and here it is finally happening. I forced myself to do it. I psyched myself up in the past few days. It's like, this is happening. It's happening. You got to do it. And here I am with a spare hour on New Year's Eve, making it happen, and I'm pretty happy about it. I'm hoping you can be happy about your goals too. At the risk of paraphrasing and going over 5 minutes, I'm just going to cut it there. If anything didn't make sense, just watch the video again. Thank you so much for listening. Maybe something really cool will happen in the future here, so stay tuned.